FinTech anchor Remy Blaire sat down with author and CEO David Stryzewski at Money 2020 USA in Las Vegas recently to talk all about how to overcome obstacles in the world of business. Take a look.
When it comes to success in business, there are so many lessons to be learned, and sometimes setbacks are part of the story. So joining me here to weigh in and talk about his personal setbacks is David Stryzewski, CEO of Sound Planning. But now that you have hindsight, I'm sure that you can step back and say, oh, I should have done this, or perhaps done more due diligence. But for you, what has been the key lesson now that enough time has passed?
That's a great question. You know, what could you do differently? You know, you only know what you know.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the thing that I would note here is that, you know, Bernie Madoff was able to deceive legal teams for decades. I mean, look at the California pension system, et cetera. And you know, so you could say, you know, hey, you were an idiot for falling for a sophisticated Ponzi scheme. But here's the reality. In hindsight, I believe that I learned incredible lessons, because you can't call me unethical. You can't say that I was not sincere about the families and the things that I did. In fact, my attorneys that said that I was going to pay them off, I was going to buy these notes 100% plus with interest. They were like, I've never seen this ever in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's what I'm going to do. They're like 40%, 60%. I go 100%. And here's the thing. My team watched me take this on the chin. We grew together as a team. And I think that, honestly, I wouldn't exchange, even though I don't wish that on my worst enemy, I would never exchange that season, because what it did is it caused us to grow roots in a way that we would have never otherwise had. But by the way, I became the #1 independent financial advisor in America 2018 and 19 as I was going through that process. God honored me and continued to progress and grow. It didn't affect any of our client relationships. Still work with some of those people today. And so, you know, I think sort of in hindsight, you know, moving slowly is important, but as I shared, I actually took 3 months before I ever even represented these contracts once.
Yeah.
So,
and David, you and I were at a FinTech conference here, and artificial intelligence is a key theme, whether we're talking about payments or crypto digital assets. So I do want to ask you, what's your take on the role of AI, especially because you're talking about morals and ethics? So at this intersection, how important is the role of AI, and where do you think the guardrails should be in place?
well, you know, AI is opening up a whole new world for fraud, waste, and abuse. And so the ethics that stand behind this is going to be really important. Hopefully we've got the right leaders that are the ones that are, you know, putting the prompts in and helping to build these things with the right rails and the right understanding around it. But you know, there's a lot of very sophisticated schemes out there right now. And so our firm actually runs into them all the time. We've got clients that'll call and they'll say, oh, I've got, you know, I need $20,000 or $30,000 for this or that. And we're like, hold on a second, can we just ask you a couple of questions? And what's amazing is, you know, I think generally when you're a little bit older, which we work primarily with people that are nearing or entering retirement, you know, people want to do the right thing. They don't want to owe something. They want to believe the best of people. And so it's really important to have, you know, the right understanding. And so I think that the training of our teams, how we observe our own emails, how we take phone calls, and does the IRS actually call me or do they send letters? No, they do not call you, they send letters to you. Don't ever take that call and think it's the IRS. But you know, AI is getting crazy. I mean, if you can duplicate voices, if you can do meta-humans and all these things, that's a really, really, really scary reality. So we need to be more cautious than ever before about the people that we're working with and what's, you know, really driving their decision-making processes.
Well, David, thank you so much for sharing your story as well as imparting your lessons, your hard-earned lessons with us today. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Remy. Thank you for having me.